Brian, and this is Dre from Oakville Performance and Wellness. Today we're going to show you how to do the core 4 for the lower body. I just like to call it the stretch wave. So we do this stretch wave with clients pretty much every session as part of the warm-up. It's great for pre-sports, pre-warm-up, pre-athletics, whatever you want to do, and we're going to demonstrate it right now. So the first thing is you're going to get your knees at 90 degrees, and you're going to support yourself with your hands without getting too hunchy through the shoulders. So keep your ears away from your shoulders, and then your ankles are going to be a little bit wider than your heels, and ankles are going to be a little wider than your hips. And then you're going to let your knees drop down to one side and then go back to the other side. So a couple reasons we're doing this. One is we're starting to warm up the hip joint. We're trying to get a little bit of lubrication in the joint itself, and we can also assess how much rotation we're getting. So I can feel I have a lot more rotation on my right side than I do on my left. So we're going to see if we can improve that as we go along. The next step was we're going to face that way. Foot's going to be plush, hands are going to be on either side of the knee, and we're going to be as tall as we can through the spine. You're going to take a deep breath in, and then you're going to crash as you exhale, and the head comes down last. The idea is that you're crashing like a wave on the beach. So take a deep breath in, and then exhale, and then roll back a different angle that you came out. Now the glutes are like a fan. The fibers go like this. So we want to try to get the outside fibers, inside fibers. So we're going to try different angles. So try bringing your inside shoulder towards your knee. Take a breath in, and then exhale. And then try taking your outside shoulder, bring it towards your knee. And you can play with all the angles. And then we can do a little scan. So bring your sternum right down, and you're just going to go side to side, getting some deep breaths. And that's a really good way to open up the glutes. Next, we're going to come around. We're going to start to stretch the mid portion of the back on either side. And you're just going to bob, breathe in, and exhale. And you're going to get as much rotation as you can. And once you've kind of reached your limit, you're going to start looking over your shoulder. Breathe in. We get the neck involved. And then we can bring our forearm right down to the ground. So what we can do is we can press our pelvis forward. Now we're targeting the hip flexor here. We can kind of roll back and forth. Breathe in, and then breathe out. And then take your hand underneath, and you can start to open up. Now we're getting the arm lines involved. Try to keep your eyes on your hand for best results. Do that 3 or 4 times. And lastly, we're going to get the lats on this whole sideline. You're going to breathe in, eyes follow the hand, and you get as much of a windmill as you can. Breathe in, reach through your fingertips, and do that 3 or 4 times. Afterwards, you may find that you have a bit more rotation, and I certainly do. That feels pretty good. So now we're going to come back to the other side, and we're going to do the whole sequence again. So we're going to go back to the hip opener, and just see how things got. And already I can feel that my left hip opened up quite a bit. It's a lot easier for me to get that internal rotation now. Okay, and then we can do the same thing on the other side. So I'll just adjust to face you for a little bit. So the same thing, you're going to take a breath in and exhale. So start with the sternum and the knee. You can play with different angles. Always pair the breathing with the stretch. And remember, the head comes down last. We can do our scan. And then you start to walk around and see how much rotation you can get. Start looking over your shoulder. Breathe in, breathe out. Once you've reached the end, we can start targeting the hip flexor, rotating. And then you can start getting the arm involved. Look under your armpit, open up. Do that 3 or 4 times, and then we'll get the lats. So arm comes up over, and you swoop through. Breathe in. Do that 3 or 4 times. And then if we go back to the hip opener, everything's going to feel great. I already noticed the difference. Now one thing for this is if you're doing it for more of a warm-up, you go a little bit faster. But if you're doing it for maintenance or you're just trying to improve your flexibility, you can slow it right down. Really get some kind of deep breaths through your diaphragm and belly. So as always, at Oakville Performance and Wellness, we're encouraging you to move well, live well.